about biblical fasting and consecration and what the differences are within the both of them and the benefits and how to fast. Um, and yeah, this topic is about fasting. Um, and we all should
Fasting and
consecrate.
consecration. Yes.
And those are both very important for your walk with Christ because um, ultimately it cuts off distractions and food so you're able to be fed spiritually. So, do anybody want to talk about like let's start with like our first time fasting. How we felt when we fasted and like was it beneficial and how hard it was because people don't want to talk about how hard fasting is and it's hard. Like fasting and consecration are hard.
I'll
Really?
start.
Hey,
So the first,
Kristen. Sorry.
hey, so the first time that I fasted was when I was, trying to be, I was, I wanted God to deliver me from, the spirit of lust, a spirit spot specifically. And he told me to go on a dry fast. So I cannot have anything except for just water for 3 days. But I did it because I really wanted to be delivered. So I did it, and when I tell you, when I tell you that I was like, Lord, please, I wanted to eat so badly. But I can hear God. I heard God way more clear for like the first time because I was this is when I was like new in my walk. So I was able to hear God clear, and I also felt closer to Him, and I felt more. I don't want to say spiritual, but I did, if that makes sense. Like I felt more like my senses were like heightened,
Right.
if that makes sense, And my dreams were really like just active, and yeah, I felt like stuff just broke off of me, like because when you're fasting stuff breaks off of you because your flesh is out the way. That's the main problem. It really be our flesh though. Like our flesh be in the way, y'all. So it's like fasting, your flesh is out the way and you're really it's just spirit. And God is using you in the way that He wants to. Because see, God is a gentleman. He's not gonna just sit up here and just roll up on us like, hey yo, like, this and the third and the third. He's not gonna do that. So, he's gentle and he's a gentleman, like I said. So, it's like he has full reign, and I feel like we're more submissive when we are fasting, when our flesh is out the way. And fasting is very important, like Jamil said, in our walk with God, like to be fasting like daily. Like personally, me, I feel like you should fast at least like twice a week, once a week. Like personally, like I feel like it, or whenever God leads you. Um, what did I need prayer, sister in Christ. Hey Hillary, okay, I'll pray for you, girl. You can inbox me if you want to too. But yeah, but that's my personal experience with fasting for the first time. Fasting, ooh, Jesus. Like,
So
um,
the first time you
go
oh,
ahead.
were fasting about to get rid of the spirit of lust. Is that what you were saying? That was your first.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Go ahead, Bernard. What you was
yeah.
about to say here?
so my first time in fasting was actually when I rededicated my life back to Christ. And I wanted to hear God's voice. And actually, that's when I learned to hear His voice. I actually heard His voice the first time when I was fasting. Um, it was actually in the living room when I was on my knees in prayer. And I was just telling him, whatever you want me to say, I say it. Whatever you want me to do, I do it. Just speak to me. Just speak to me. And he spoke to me. He spoke and he showed out. And yeah, fasting is very important. It's very hard too. My first time fasting was very hard for me. But I was determined not to break it because I feel like it's a mind thing too. Like if you want
Mm-hmm.
to get close to God, you're not going to break your fast. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's hard because the flesh does rise up. I wanted to eat, I wanted to drink water or drink juice. Y'all, I sounded like the way I said I wanted to drink, but I wanted to have something to drink or whatever. But I was determined to stick to my fast because I wanted to show God how serious I was. I wanted that relationship and I wanted that connection with him. So I didn't break my fast, but it was most definitely hard. But yeah, I remember my fast. I think I fast for 5 days, and then he had me go on another fast for 3 days, and then that's when I started going through my deliverance.
Yeah.
That 3 day fast, though, I couldn't have anything to eat or drink, and I got delivered from depression, anxiety, suicide, suicidal thoughts, um, perversion, and some other stuff I don't remember, but it was a lot. And he even showed me before that fast started. He showed me in where I was gonna have to. I thought I had to fight in the spirit, but it was really how many demons he was getting ready to release out of me, and it was a lot of them, and I didn't know. I was literally in prayer that one time for like an hour, over an hour, going through deliverance. So yeah, fasting is beneficial.
Yes. So I'm gonna read. I have a scripture. It's Matthew 6:18. What is y'all laughing
Oh no.
at?
Okay, go ahead, go
It
ahead.
says, "When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly, I tell you, they
Mm,
have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Will reward you. He's gonna reward y'all. So that's another thing. Okay, like I'm gonna tell y'all about my fasting experience, but a lot of people, and some people don't know, but you're not supposed to broadcast your fasting to everybody, to the whole world,
yeah,
because like it says in Matthew, don't do that. It's supposed to be something done in private. Broadcast your fasting to everybody, to the whole world,
yeah,
because like it says in Matthew, don't do that. It's supposed to be something done in private for you and the Father, not to be
hmm,
like people, oh yeah, boasting about fasting, or like they were disfiguring their faces so people would know that they were fasting, so they would look holy or righteous or more, you know, in connection with God.